I'm Deneen DiFiore. I'm with GE Aviation. I think it was great to have the opportunity to be in such a, on a panel and in the room with such a diverse set of people, like you said, from different industries, from different backgrounds, and different thought perspectives as well, too. I think one of the things that was really kind of hit home for me was that it was discussion about leading change. Everybody really leaned into the fact that being a leader is about driving change and modeling behaviors to get change accepted. And I think there were some great examples that everyone shared on how to do that successfully. Right, so I think humble but confident, open and transparent, and then the best thing I think a leader can be is trustful. Implicit trust in yourself and your team is critical, so I think those are really characteristics of a great leader. Sure, so I think you absolutely, as an early career professional, need to get a broad base of experiences. That's where you gain, not only the skill sets and capabilities, but the confidence. You get to learn new things, but you also get to fail in different ways, and that kind of lifts you up and makes you better. So that would be my piece of advice. Sure, I think, specifically in the second half of my career, the barrier that I keep running into is around stereotypes, right? And I think those unconscious biases, right? In cybersecurity particularly, there's not a lot of women in the field. And every time that I walk into a room, people assume that I'm not the CISO, right? Or I couldn't be in cybersecurity because I don't look like I'm in cybersecurity. I don't wear a hoodie, or have stickers all over my PC. So I think we really have, as a technology industry, have to get over what people look like in their roles, and really get past that to really look at people, who they are and what they bring to the table. So I think, historically, and GE's known for leadership development, we probably invest more time, money, and energy in leadership than a lot of companies, and we pride ourselves on doing that. So that's one thing. But the other thing I think is really around the culture, right? As a new team member comes in, realizes that the success of that team member is really the success of the team. So fostering those relationships, making sure that we are giving opportunities to learn by example, to mentor, to sponsor, is really important in driving that culture. Yeah, so I think it's really in when I made the transition from being probably an execution, high potential individual contributor and even manager to an executive. The best piece of advice I got was that executives really don't do anything tangible, right? They're not producing tangible things. That's what your team is there for. That's what you need to be able to manage ideas and bring the best out of people, get people to work together and connect the dots, really. So that's really what I think helped me kind of make the transition to the next level of my career. Right, I think you definitely have to have a sense of self and authenticity. You have to find your passion as well too, and kind of marry those two things together. So I think that would be really critical to kind of keep growing and be successful. The other thing really too is to take chances on yourself. You may not be the smartest person in the room or have all the qualifications of the next role, but I think your biggest learnings and your biggest successes come from getting out of your comfort zone and taking that role that you didn't think you were quite qualified for, or you really didn't know everything for. But I'd just say take a chance on yourself, because you can do it. So I think it's been great so far. There's a really good mix of senior leaders from different industries in a really intimate setting. So I think the openness and the communication is, I think, kind of elevated and fostered a little bit more here at the summit than I've seen other places. Yeah, so I think it's great. It's always a wonderful opportunity for me to learn from other women and to see their experiences. And I think that's really an integral part of having those women leaderships. But the other thing that was great was it wasn't all about being a woman. It was the diversity of thought and diversity of experiences. And I was really impressed. There were over 50% of the attendees at that breakfast today were men. So it shows that people are really leaning in and trying to figure out how to support women and kind of unearth the potential in a lot of females that are in their organization that could grow and develop into really successful leaders in the future.